My adventures in Ireland today. It's Saturday, the 28th, and the first thing I want to say is that I feel like I am living in two time zones. So I'm 5 hours ahead here. So I wake up in the morning. I've said this before, and all the people who I know in the United States are still sleeping. I wake up at 8. It's 3 o'clock in the morning to them. So that's one thing. But the thing is that, and I do stuff between 8 and noon. But by the time my friends in the States wake up, my day is half over and I'm tired. So it seems like a very weird, like it's not like my body hasn't adjusted to the time switch. My body has, but my mind has not. Like I'm very interested in what's going on there. And then, at noon or 1 or 2, I try to do something here. Well, now they're awake and they want to talk to me. It's all very strange. But yesterday we had a hurricane. I don't think they said that we had a hurricane. I think they said that we had a tropical storm, but it was part of Hurricane Helene. But we did get a lot of weather, and my house um, that my daughter is living in um, lost power yesterday. It lost power lost power during the storm. After the storm, the power came back on, and then it lost power again. So it's been out. It was probably out for 24 hours. So, and the funny thing is that when you looked on the Dominion website, it said there were two houses with no power. And it's true. Our house and my neighbor's house to the left of me had no power. Everybody else around us had power. That doesn't make any sense to me. How could that be? And when Arwen told me about it, that was actually 2 o'clock in the morning that I saw that message. She sent me, I was sleeping, I woke up, I looked at my phone, I said, oh no. And then I was up from 2 o'clock till 5 o'clock. But anyhow, the point is, I'm thinking there has to be something with the house. We have to switch the breakers or do this or do that. And I told her all that. And I'm sure she was very annoyed that she ever mentioned to me that there was a power issue because I kept trying to troubleshoot it from Ireland because that's the kind of control freak I am. But anyhow, it finally came back on. I don't even remember what time it was. Maybe it was 8 o'clock in the morning, their time. But so I obsessed about that most of the day. But then about 1 o'clock, I went off. I went out to wander around in downtown Cork, and this is my keys. And I took a bus, and I knew the name of the place I was going. I was going to Shandon, I think it was called, but it was St. Anne's church I was going to. But I didn't really know the name of the stop I was supposed to get off. I knew the number of the stop I was supposed to get off, but I didn't know the name. And the bus that I was on did not have its little TV thing that tells you where you are. So I knew the stop I was supposed to get off had something to do with a university, and there was a stop at a university, and I got off, and it was the wrong stop. So I had to walk. But it was, it's better. It was only a 10-minute walk. But so the point of that story is that as I was walking where I didn't know where I was, so I put it in my GPS where I wanted to go, and I'm walking, and I recognized places. I knew where I was. I was around the corner from my movie theater. I knew how to get to the movie theater. I knew how to get to the coffee house next to the movie theater. I knew where I was. I knew where the little bookstore was that I was at last week. I was so excited. I'm so proud of myself that I knew where I was because I don't really have the lay of the land, obviously. It's only been a few weeks. I don't really understand. Every time I go someplace, I've talked to people about this before. Every time I go someplace, I put it in my GPS and I go to that place. And I don't know where it is in relation to any other place that I've been to because I just don't know. I don't know where I am. I'm just following my GPS. GPS is a blessing and a curse because I don't know where I am ever. But anyhow, I was very proud of myself that I recognized stuff. So yay me. And then I went to St. Anne's, which was a beautiful church. And if you look on Facebook, I posted a bunch of pictures. I don't know how to include them here. But I went to St. Anne's, beautiful, old church. I don't know the history. Sorry, I don't remember it. It was in a neighborhood that had all these like small little roads that only like one car could go down at a time. Very cool. Again, pictures on Facebook. I mean, I really loved the neighborhood that I was in. But anyhow, I went into the church and I was going to walk to the top where there's supposed to be a beautiful view. The, 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 the thing that you pay for is to walk up to the first floor, ring the bells, play a song on the bells, and then walk up 132 steps to the top and see a beautiful view. And I was going to do that. That was my plan. And I went and I rang the bells and I played a song. I can't remember the name, which one it was, but I played a song. They had the song. They had songs there. They had 4 songs and told you which bell to ring to play that song. It was pretty fun. And as I was getting ready to walk, a family came down with 3 or 4 kids, a couple of men, a couple of women, and there were a couple of people there waiting for them who didn't feel like doing the walk to the top. And the kid said, listen, we didn't go all the, and the mom said, how was the view? And the kid said, we didn't see the view because in order to get to the very top, you had to crawl on your hands and knees to get there. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not crawling on my hands and knees. I started to walk up. I walked up, maybe 20 steps. And then I thought, I'm not walking all the way up to the top of these steps. And I can already see it's like this, and there's no room, and there's a very small handrail. And I'm like, this is just an accident waiting to happen. And then as I started walking up, I thought, there's no way I'm crawling. I can't crawl. I can't get up once I crawl. So I didn't do it. So I came back down. I went downstairs. I checked out the church. The church was beautiful. Again, pictures on my Facebook page. Stained glass windows. Beautiful. I went out the back of the church, and they had a big green space. There were kids out there playing soccer, people having a picnic. It was really nice. A nice little community area, I think. And again, like I said, I loved all the little streets. So it was fun. It was a good thing. St. Anne's was fun, but no, I didn't go up. But then after that, right around the corner from St. Anne's was the butter factory. Or not factory, but the butter museum. So some of my classmates said, you need to go to the butter museum. And I'm like, the butter museum? What is the butter museum? What is it about? It's about butter. So I went. And it's about how they make Kerrygold butter. And Kerrygold butter is the second highest selling butter in the world. And it comes from Cork. It comes not only Cork, but mainly Cork, but obviously it all comes from Ireland. We all know it's from Ireland. And the thing about the butter that makes it different than our butter is their cows are not fed grain. Their cows graze on grass all the time, and they're not fed grain, they're fed grass. Our cows, or other people's cows who make butter in other places, are fed on grain, and so that's why the butter is different. I thought that was interesting. And and they talked about how there was a trend of don't eat butter, it make your cholesterol high or whatever, it's not good for you. But Irish butter is completely natural. It's just cream and salt, and that's it. I think our butter in the United States maybe has other stuff in it, maybe sugar or something. I don't know what. I know that when we were doing Whole30, which you're only allowed to eat whole foods, it's a diet where you're only allowed to eat whole foods. Kerrygold was a butter that we were allowed to eat. Mormon found that we were allowed to eat. So anyhow, it's delicious butter. It spreads easier. It's yellower because of the fact that they graze only on grass, and they had a whole museum about it. And the museum was kind of interesting, but anyhow, it was interesting. So yeah, and then after that, I was just wandering around, and I was going to go eat at the Oliver Plunkett's again. And I thought they were going to have music because I looked online and it said they were, but they didn't end up having music. But anyhow, before I did that, I've been trying to find this, or I did find on Viator, a tour of the Ring of Kerry that is given by Cork, a place in Cork. And I thought, and I was going to do it. But I thought one day, well, let me go find where I'm supposed to meet, because you have to meet at 8:30 in the morning. I didn't want to try to figure it out. And so I put the name of the company into my GPS, and it took me to a place where there was no company. So then I called Viator, and they gave me an address. So today I put that address in. It took me to a completely different spot, miles away from the spot that the GPS took me to. And I met a woman, young woman, and I asked her about her tours, and she says, yes, they do them, and yes, they meet there. And so I do plan, and they only have 4 that they do. They do the Ring of Kerry, the Cliffs of Moher, however you say it, Blarney Castle, and Dingle. And so I'm going to do the Ring of Kerry sometime soon. The next nice day. I would have done it tomorrow, but tomorrow we have a yellow alert. I don't know what that means, but I think it's going to rain tomorrow. But everybody said, oh yeah, we have a yellow alert. My phone says, oh, we have a yellow alert. I'll have to look it up and see what that means. So that was really great. And while I was talking to her, at some point in time, I have to take a bus to Dublin to do my immigration thing. You have to get an IRP card, which means you're allowed to travel in and out of Ireland while you're here. And you have to go to immigration in Dublin and do all this stuff. So the way you get to Dublin is you take this bus, and it's only €8, and it takes you to Dublin. It takes 3 hours, and it drops you off right near the place you need to go. Then you go up there, you do your thing, and then you come back and get another bus, come home. But I didn't know where to meet the bus. So I asked the girl, and she told me where to meet the bus. She showed me where it was, so that was good. So those are 2 big things that are off my list of things to do. In regard to getting my IRP card, I had to gather all this information. I had to gather a bank statement from my bank here. I had to gather insurance information and my rental agreement and my acceptance letter and all kinds of stuff. So I finished doing that yesterday. And even though I have Blue Cross Blue Shield insurance, I couldn't figure out how to print. I didn't want to print a 90-page document, something to prove to them that I had it, and they needed proof. So I went ahead and bought insurance from Ireland, which was $100 for the year. I thought I'll just get it, and then I won't have any trouble getting treated, because with my Blue Cross Blue Shield, I have to find a provider and all that stuff. So with their insurance, I can just go anywhere, and I'll be reimbursed. So anyhow, I figured that stuff out. And then I went to, I told you the Oliver Plunkett again. It was the second time I've been there. I went there because I've heard online it said that they were going to have traditional Irish music at 6 o'clock. And I thought, let me go eat dinner and listen to some music. So I got there about 4, and she said, no traditional music. So I sat down to eat. And the girl who waited on me was the same girl who waited on me last time, which of course I recognized her because she's one waitress. But she recognized me too, which I was so excited about, because if you listen to these videos, one of the things I want to be able to do is have places where people know me, where I walk into a place and somebody there says, oh, hey, Eileen, or whatever. So she didn't know my name, but she knew who I was. She recognized me from last time. So I was so excited about that. And I had shepherd's pie, and it was delicious. And then I took the bus home, easy peasy, around the corner. Took me 15 minutes to get home. I'm becoming a bus rider. I definitely know. Again, there were times when I was in Cork where I was followed by GPS, and I looked up and I said, oh, I know where I am. I've been here before. I know how I got here. I know where it is in relation to whatever. So I'm finding my way around. I'm figuring out where I am. I'm fitting in and getting comfortable, wandering the streets. And yeah, it was a good day today. That's all. Bye.